Now, mud riding is one of the things that can really trip up an adventure rider. I mean, in sand you can give it gas, on dirt roads you can stand up and lean back, over rocky terrain, blip 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 the throttle in first gear pedal. But in mud, that is one area where you only have one go, otherwise you dunk yourself in the dirt. And I've done that many times. So in this video we're gonna learn how to ride through thick mud like this. Hi, I'm Francois from adventurebiketroop.com, where we chat about bike riding, maintenance, travel tips and more. Please subscribe to this channel and give it a thumbs up. So the first time I rode through mud was on a trip with friends, and I didn't know what I was doing. I was on a KLR, and I thought, well, let's do what we do in sand, and I just gave it throttle, and as soon as the rear wheel started spinning, I was in the mud in front of all the cameras. In this video we're going to have a look at the riding techniques to get through mud like this, and especially if there's a track or a rut from car tires. So the first thing you want to do when riding through mud is make sure how deep it is and whether there are any obstacles underneath the surface. So you can send it through a buddy if you can convince him. Otherwise, take a stick, walk and poke underneath and feel where there's any rocks or roots that can push you off track. So the number one thing in mud to remember is that you don't want your rear wheel to spin. As soon as you spin that rear wheel, the bike is gonna want to come past you, and you're going to end up on your side in the mud. Oh, this mud stinks. First thing, don't spin that wheel, and the way we do it is we want momentum. So as you go into the ruts or into the mud, you want to just give it some gas before you enter to get momentum, and then you stand up, lean back and cover your clutch, feather your clutch. So as soon as you start feeling you lose traction, you pull in the clutch slightly to brake or to cut back the power to prevent that rear wheel from spinning. You don't want to close the throttle. You're going to end up in the mud, and you don't want to grab a handful of throttle because your rear is going to come past you. So you just feather that clutch to trim the power and to keep moving. The main thing is to keep momentum, because as soon as you lose momentum, you're going to put a foot down, you're going to fall, or you're going to have to paddle it out from there. So enter with a little bit of momentum, or enough momentum to see you through to the other side. Lean back, stand up, lean back and look to where you're going. I did this a couple of times now, and the first few times I looked down, and every time I got stuck around some bend or somewhere. So as soon as I started looking up, it's a psychological thing, you commit to where you are going. So everything in your body says, I'm going there, and you just ride it through. Keep it light on the front end. Don't grip the front handlebars. You want the front to steer or go naturally where it wants to go and find traction, and the rear you focus on not spinning that rear wheel. And then keep it tight on the lower end. Grab the bike with your knees and keep it loose at the front. So let's recap. You come to the mud pool, you get some momentum going, so add some throttle before you enter. Look to the other side of the mud pit to where you are heading. Stand up, lean back, keep your hands loose on the handlebars, just keep a grip on it, and your lower body tight so you can grip the bike. Remember to look up, it's something to add again. And then the most important thing is don't spin that rear wheel. So keep covering the clutch with your left hand, and as you break traction, you just feather the clutch, and that will see you through to the other side. I managed to get this right only after about 2 or 3 tries. So technique really is everything. Please subscribe to this channel and give this video a thumbs up, and let me know if there's anything else you want me to cover as a complete beginner in stuff like this. Thanks for joining.